What's up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and as we roll into the weekend, my friends, a lot of you have reached out to the channel asking me what is my favorite build to run with the Umbra Initiative gear set, and to be honest with you, there are so many viable ways to run with this gear set, it's hard to pick just one. Today's based around Lady Death, and for those of you that do not have that SMG, I'll show you another one as well. But I know over the last few weeks, I've put together a few different build videos with this gear set. Today is another one I'm thoroughly enjoying, and I hope you do as well. Now, if you happen to enjoy this video, do me a favor really quick and hit that like button. It really does help the channel out. We have a 300 like goal per video, and obviously you can feel free to subscribe or join as well. Now, most of you know we have giveaways here, but I will go over those details at the end of the video. Now, you can see in this footage, I'm at Lincoln Memorial on heroic difficulty. Now, one of the things I recommend to new and returning players is anytime you're trying out a build for the first time, go to a mission, control point, bounty, whatever it is that you are comfortable with. That way you know the timing of the NPC, you can get a good idea of what the time to kill is, how much armor you may or may not need, and that way you can truly make a determination of any changes you want to make. Starting off with the specialization, we're using Gunner for a bunch of different reasons. You have the riot foam grenades, you have that extra armor on kill, you have faster reload speed every third reload, you have the use of the Banshee pulse, and that's really the main reason I'm using it for this build. And remember, regardless of which specialization you choose, have the proper weapons activated in your weapon skill tree. That way you're getting a 15% weapon damage bonus regardless of which one you have equipped. My primary for this build is Lady Death, still one of the best SMGs in the game. Now, for those of you that still do not have this weapon, I'm going to leave a link to a farming video in the description down below. It's one of those things that's eluded a lot of players. I suggest hitting up Countdown, the summit, and I wish you nothing but the best in trying to get this thing. My secondary for this build is the ACS-12 shotgun. Just love using this weapon recently. It's a lot of fun. It's really dealer's choice. You could put whatever you want here, carbine 7, whatever you enjoy using. Now, going back to the primary, if you don't have Lady Death, I suggest using an SMG. One of my favorite ones is the Vector with the Talon close and personal, and what I'll do is at the end of this video, you'll actually see some footage with my using this weapon, so that way you can see even if you do not have Lady Death with a build like this, you can absolutely shred through enemies. Moving on to the gear itself, you can see I'm running 4 Umbra, 1 Overlord, and 1 Petrov. Starting with the mask, it's the first piece of Umbra, and we have all 4 equipped, so we get all of the gear set bonuses. You can see a 2-piece is 15% crit hit chance, 3-piece is 30% reload speed, and 4 pieces from the shadows and into the light. While in cover, gain 10 stacks per second up to 50. Each stack will give you 1% crit hit damage increase and 0.3% RPM. While out of cover, agents lose 2 stacks per second at normal speed and 1 stack per second if sprinting. While out of cover and in combat, gain 10 stacks per second up to 50. Each stack will give you 0.8% armor regen when it is consumed. Now, because I've chosen to use the Umbra chest piece, it's going to increase max stacks from the shadows from 50 to 100 and stack gain from 10 to 20. And pretty much on all of these pieces of gear, I am trying to stack crit hit chance and crit hit damage everywhere I can. The holster is a 3rd piece of Umbra, stacking crit hit damage there. Moving on to the knee pads, we're using Fox's Prayer. Now, I've chosen to re-roll my core attribute to armor. And you'll notice I did that to the contractor's gloves as well because I wanted a little more survivability with this build. This is the best gear I have so far, and remember, Umbra only drops with a red core, so that's why you want to farm as much as you can for this gear to hopefully get a piece you're looking for so you can re-roll it any way you want. Now we make our way to the bag, and that, my friends, is the 4th and final piece of the gear set. Now, because we're using the Umbra bag, it increases max stacks for Into the Light from 50 to 100, stack gain from 10 to 20, and stack consumption from 10 to 20 as well. For the skills, I've chosen the Crusader Shield and the Banshee Pulse. That's why I have the Gunner specialization equipped. If you want to use Firewall, that's another great one as well. So again, my friends, take your time, make a build your own. As far as my stats go, I'm sitting at 60% crit hit chance and 143.7 crit hit damage. Now, as I start to wrap this up, and most of you know this, but one of my favorite aspects about putting these build videos together is the family that we have at the channel. So if you have any tips or tricks you want to pass along to new and returning players, please let me know, because the main goal here is to try to help out as many people as we can. With all that being said, my friends, I'm going to start to wrap this up. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to show you some footage using that other Vector with the Talon close and personal at the end of the video. That way you can still get a feel for what this build is like like if you don't have Lady Death. And one final thing really quick before I forget. If the gameplay does look a little choppy, I do apologize. For some reason, I've been dealing with major lag time with this game over the last week. I don't know what's going on, but it's been something that usually doesn't affect my gameplay. It's been happening a lot. And if you've been dealing with that as well, please let me know. I would love to know I'm not the only one dealing with this. One final thing to mention, as most of you know, we have giveaways here. Our current one is for an Xbox Series S. To enter, all you need to do is subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winner will be announced on December 31st of this year. On that note, I'm going to let the rest of the video play out. However, as I mentioned earlier, if you enjoyed this, do me a favor, take a quick second and hit that like button. You can feel free to subscribe or join as well, but most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
What?
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
That went to try to repair the main shade node. The federal shelter should be beneath your current position. Find a way down there, but proceed with caution.